Hold up, hold up. If you thought the Harris family drama couldn't get any messier, think again. Because what just went down inside Mendeecees Harris's own mother's house has the entire love and hip-hop universe completely shook. Picture this. Yandy Smith Harris, queen of the empire, business mogul, ride-or-die wife, walks into what was supposed to be a peaceful family dinner to clear the air about the endless rumors, the side chick allegations, the money fights, and that mysterious new baby mama claim that keeps resurfacing every season. She's dressed to kill, smile on lock, thinking she's about to smooth things over like she always does. But the second she steps through that door, Mendeecees' mom, Miss Judy herself, locks eyes with her daughter and the temperature in the room drops to freezing. Words are exchanged, voices rise. Then without warning, Miss Judy rears back and slaps Yandy clean across the face. Not a warning tap, a full, echoing, reality TV legendary open hand crack that you can practically feel through the screen. Yandy stumbles. Mendeecees jumps up screaming, "Ma, what the hell?" Chairs are knocked over. Phones come out. Someone yells worlds in the background like it's 2012 all over again. And it doesn't stop there. Miss Judy points at the door and roars, "Get the hell out of my house. You ain't welcome here no more." Yandy, tears already streaming, hand on her cheek, is being physically escorted toward the exit while Mendeecees is caught between defending his wife and trying to calm his raging mother. The man is literally losing his mind, screaming, veins popping, tears in his eyes, because in one single moment his entire family just imploded on camera. This isn't just another argument. This is the slap heard around the world. And trust me, the footage is even wilder than the rumors. Stay right here, because we're about to break down every second of this explosive confrontation. Every word that was said, every betrayal that led to this moment, and why fans are saying this might be the end of Yandy and Mendeecees for good. You're not gonna believe what happens next. Hit that like button if your jaw just dropped, because this story is only getting started. Okay y'all, we're diving straight into the chaos because this moment didn't just happen out of nowhere. Let's rewind the tape just enough so you understand how we got to that slap that's breaking the internet right now. For months, the Harris household has been a pressure cooker. Mendeecees comes home from those long studio sessions looking more stressed than ever. Yandy's been holding it down, running the clothing line, the management company. The kid schedules everything while fielding constant whispers about Mendeecees and this new woman who suddenly popped up claiming she had his baby last year. Yandy swears it's all lies fabricated for clout, but Mendeecees never fully shuts it down the way a husband should. He just says, "Ma, you know how these blogs are," and changes the subject. That half-answer has been eating at Yandy like acid. Meanwhile, Miss Judy Mendeecees' mom has never been Yandy's biggest fan. She's old school, believes a wife should be seen more than heard, especially when there are kids involved. Every time Yandy posts one of those boss babe captions, or does another interview talking about building an empire, Miss Judy side-eyes it hard. She's told Mendeecees more than once that girl thinks she's running things. She needs to remember who raised you. Mendeecees always defends Yandy in the moment, but you can tell the seed is planted. Things really started boiling over about 3 weeks ago when a blind item dropped claiming Mendeecees was seen at a hotel in Atlanta with a light-skinned woman holding hands, no ring in sight. The blogs ate it up. Fans flooded Yandy's comments with "Leave him sis" and "You deserve better." Yandy went live that night, eyes red but voice steady, saying, "We're stronger than rumors. I trust my husband, period." But behind closed doors, she confronted Mendeecees and he got defensive, yelled that he's tired of being accused every time he steps out for work. They slept in separate rooms that night, first time in years. Fast forward to last Saturday. Yandy decides enough is enough. She tells the producers, "I'm going to Miss Judy's house unannounced. We're talking this out as a family, no cameras in my face, no editing tricks, just real conversation." Producers smell the ratings, they greenlight it, cameras roll secretly from multiple angles. Because that's how Love and Hip Hop does family therapy. Yandy pulls up in the matte black Range Rover, hair snatched, makeup flawless, wearing that white power suit she knows Miss Judy hates because it screams, "I'm in charge." She knocks. Miss Judy opens the door, sees Yandy, and her face immediately tightens, but she lets her in. Because Mendeecees is already inside, sitting on the couch looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. The living room is tense from the jump. Miss Judy doesn't offer a seat, doesn't offer tea, just stands there arms crossed, staring. Yandy tries to break the ice, smiles big, says, "Hey, Ma, I just wanted to come by because I feel like there's been a lot of misunderstanding lately, and I want us to be on the same page for the kids, for Mendeecees, for everybody." Miss Judy lets out this loud, sarcastic laugh, says, "Misunderstanding? Girl, the only misunderstanding is you thinking you can walk in my house and tell me how my family should be." Mendeecees jumps in quick. Ma, come on chill, she's just trying to talk. But Miss Judy isn't having it. She steps closer to Yandy, voice rising. Talk. You've been talking on them blogs, talking on them lives, talking about how you built everything while my son was locked up. You act like you the only one who held this family together. Newsflash, I raised that man before you even knew his name. Yandy's smile fades, she takes a breath, tries to stay calm. Ma, I never said I did it alone. I respect everything you did for Mendeecees. That's why I'm here, I want peace. Miss Judy cuts her off. Peace? You want peace after you got my grandbabies, calling you mommy while their real mama barely gets a phone call. You think I don't see how you pushed Lil Mendeecees and Infinity to call you mama full time? That's my blood, you playing replacement with. That one hits Yandy hard because it's the one topic she never wants to touch. Her eyes start watering, but she holds it together, says I love those kids like my own ma, you know that. I've never tried to erase anybody, I just want them to feel secure. Miss Judy scoffs. Secure? They were secure before you started parading them on Instagram like accessories. You using my grandkids for content, same way you use my son. Mendeecees stands up. Now ma, stop, that ain't fair. Yandy loves them kids, you know she does. But Miss Judy turns on her son, and you let her. You let her run everything, tell you what to post, what not to post, who to talk to, who not to talk to. You 30-something years old, still letting a woman tell you how to be a man. Yandy can't hold back anymore. I'm not controlling him. I'm supporting him, something you clearly don't know how to do anymore. The room goes dead silent for 2 seconds. Miss Judy's eyes narrow. She steps right up into Yandy's space finger, pointing. Watch how you talk to me in my house, little girl. Yandy doesn't back down. I'm not a little girl, and I'm not leaving until we fix this. That's when Miss Judy's hand flies up fast, no warning, just a clean open palm slap that echoes off the walls like a gunshot. Yandy's head snaps to the side, hand immediately goes to her cheek, eyes wide in shock. Mendeecees loses it instantly. Ma, what the hell you doing? He jumps between them, arms out like he's breaking up a fight at the club. Miss Judy doesn't even flinch, points at Yandy screaming, get out. Get the hell out my house right now, you disrespectful. Yandy stumbles back, tears spilling now, not from pain but pure rage and humiliation. She looks at Mendeecees' eyes, pleading, are you gonna let her do this to me? Your wife. Mendeecees is frozen for a split second, torn between the two women who raised him in different ways. Then he turns to his mom, voice cracking, Ma, you can't put hands on her, that's my wife. Miss Judy fires back, and this is my house. I said get out. Yandy starts walking toward the door, slowly, still holding her face, but she stops, turns around, looks dead at Miss Judy and says through tears, you just made the biggest mistake of your life. This isn't over. Mendeecees grabs Yandy's arm gently, trying to guide her out, but she yanks away. Don't touch me. You stood there. You let it happen. She storms out the door, slams it so hard a picture frame falls off the wall and shatters. Cameras catch everything, the slap, the screams, the broken glass. The absolute implosion of a family that's been holding it together with duct tape and NDAs for years. Outside, Yandy gets in the car, doesn't drive off right away, just sits there sobbing, head on the steering wheel. Producers rush over but she waves them away, says get that camera out my face, I'm done. Back inside, Mendeecees is pacing like a caged animal, screaming at his mom, how could you do that? How could you put your hands on her in front of me? Miss Judy sits down on the couch, suddenly calm to calm, says, because somebody had to. That girl been walking around like she owns you, owns this family. I just reminded her, she don't. Mendeecees drops to the couch, head in his hands, crying now, actual tears. Ma, you might have just ended my marriage. You happy now? Miss Judy looks at him, no remorse if she leaves over one slap, then she wasn't built for this family anyway. The silence after that is deafening. Mendeecees doesn't say another word, just sits there staring at the floor while Miss Judy turns the TV on like nothing happened. Meanwhile, Yandy's phone is blowing up. Sneak previews already leaking, fans going crazy in the comments. Did Miss Judy really slap Yandy? This season bout to be insane. Yandy better leave him after this. And that's just the beginning, because what happens in the next 48 hours after that slap changes everything. Okay y'all, we left off with Yandy slamming that door so hard the whole house shook, and Mendeecees sitting there crying, asking his mom if she's happy now because she might have just ended his marriage. But that was only the first explosion. What happened in the next few hours turned this from a family fight into full-blown nuclear war. Yandy doesn't drive straight home. Instead, she pulls over on the side of the highway, maybe 10 minutes away, hazard lights flashing, tears still falling, but now she's mad more than hurt. She grabs her phone, dials her best friend Kimbella. First, because Kimbella's been through her own share of love and hip-hop mess, and always keeps it real. The call connects on speaker. Kim, it's me. She slapped me. Miss Judy slapped me in the face in front of Mendeecees and told me to get out her house like I'm some stranger. Kimbella gasps so loud you can hear it through the phone. What? Oh hell no, Yandy, tell me you're lying right now. I wish I was. Cameras caught it all. Mendeecees just stood there at first, like he was shocked into stone, then he started yelling, but he didn't stop her from kicking me out. I'm sitting on the side of the road right now, shaking. Kimbella goes straight protector mode. Where you at? I'm coming to get you. You not driving like this? And listen to me, you better not go back to that house tonight. Let him feel what it's like to sleep alone, wondering where his wife at. Yandy sniffles, I don't even know if I want to go back ever. How do you come back from your mother-in-law putting hands on you and your husband not immediately throwing her across the room? Like what kind of man lets that happen? Exactly, Kimbella says, that's the real question. Mendeecees always talks that family first stuff, but when it came down to it, he picked his mama over you. Again, that word again hangs in the air because everybody knows the history. When Mendeecees was locked up, Yandy held everything down, but Miss Judy never let her forget that she wasn't real family back then either. There were moments Yandy felt like an outsider, even after the wedding. And now this. While Yandy's on the phone with Kimbella, the group chat with the other love and hip-hop girls starts blowing up. Sneak peeks from production are already leaking little 10-second clips of the slap, the scream, the door slam. Safari comments first with like 5 skull emojis. Chrissy Lampkin texts Yandy, call me ASAP, this is wild. Even Spice, who usually stays out the mix, drops big oof Mama Judy, said not today. Back at Miss Judy's house, Mendeecees is still sitting there head in hands. But now he's on his phone texting Yandy, over and over. Baby, please come back, we need to talk. I'm sorry I froze, I was shocked. Ma was wrong, I told her that. No response. Yandy's read receipts are on, and she's leaving him undelivered. Miss Judy meanwhile is in the kitchen making herself a cup of tea. Like she didn't just assault her daughter-in-law on national television. Mendeecees walks in voice low, but shaking. Ma, you realize this is gonna be everywhere, right? Blogs already got the clip. People calling you abusive now. Miss Judy shrugs, sips her tea, let them talk. I don't care what them bloggers say. I care about my son and my grandbabies. That girl been running you ragged for years. Somebody had to check her. Mendeecees slams his hand on the counter. Check her? You slapped her, Ma. You put hands on my wife. You think that's checking somebody? That's assault. Miss Judy finally looks up, eyes hard, and what was she doing coming up in my house, talking reckless? Telling me I don't know how to support my own child. She crossed a line first. She was trying to fix things. Mendeecees yells, she came to talk and you escalated it to violence. Now my wife is gone, probably crying somewhere, and I can't even get her to answer the phone because of you. Miss Judy sets the cup down slow. If she's gone over one slap, then maybe she wasn't the one for you anyway. Real wives don't run at the first sign of trouble. That pushes Mendeecees over the edge. He starts pacing again. You don't get it, do you? This isn't just about tonight. This is years of you undermining her, making little comments, side-eyeing her posts, acting like she's not good enough. She's been holding me down since day one, and you never gave her an ounce of respect. Miss Judy stands up now, voice rising again, holding you down. She got famous off your name, off your story. You think I don't see how she parades them kids for likes? How she makes sure every interview mentions how she built this empire while you were away? That's not holding you down, that's building her brand on your back. Mendeecees stops pacing, looks at his mom like he's seeing her for the first time. You really believe that? After everything she's done? After she took care of Lil Mendeecees and Infinity when their mamas weren't around? After she paid bills, kept the lights on, visited me every week when I was inside? You really think she's just using me? Miss Judy hesitates for the first time, but only for a second. I think she loves the spotlight more than she loves you. And tonight proved it. Soon as things got real, she ran out crying to the cameras. She ran out because you hit her. Mendeecees screams so loud his voice cracks, and I let it happen. I let my own mama disrespect my wife in front of me. What kind of husband does that make me? The room goes quiet again. Miss Judy sits back down, looks away. For the first time she doesn't have a quick comeback. Cut to Yandy. Kimbella finally pulls up in her white SUV. Yandy gets in without a word, just hugs her friend and breaks down all over again. They drive to Kimbella's spot, no cameras allowed, just two friends, one bottle of wine, and a lot of truth. Yandy wipes her eyes. Kim, I keep replaying it, the way his face looked when it happened. He was shocked, but he didn't grab her arm, didn't push her back, nothing. He just yelled after, like the damage was already done. Kimbella pours more wine because he's torn. Baby, always has been. Mama's boy versus husband. And tonight Mama won. Yandy shakes her head. I can't live like that. I can't keep proving myself to a woman who's never gonna like me. And if Mendeecees can't stand up for me when it counts, then what are we even doing? Kimbella nods, slow. So what's the move? You staying at my place tonight? Yeah, Yandy says, voice small. And tomorrow? I think I need to talk to a lawyer. Not divorce yet, but separation maybe, protective order if I have to. Because if she thinks she can put hands on me and it's just gonna blow over, she's got me messed up. Kimbella raises her glass to new beginnings, and to never letting nobody disrespect you in your own marriage again. They clink glasses, but Yandy's eyes are distant already. Thinking about the fallout, the headlines, the kids. How she's gonna explain to Lil Mendeecees and Infinity why mommy isn't coming home tonight. Meanwhile, production is scrambling. The clip is already viral on Twitter, love and hip-hop hashtags, trending #1. Fans picking sides hard. Team Yandy saying Miss Judy is abusive, she needs to be charged. Team Miss Judy saying Yandy been asking for it, running her mouth too long. Memes everywhere, Yandy's shocked face, photoshopped on every slap scene from movies. And Mendeecees, he's still at his mom's house but now he's packing a bag. He looks at Miss Judy one last time, I love you ma, but I gotta go fix this. And if I can't, then I don't know what's left. He walks out the door, same one Yandy stormed through hours earlier. The camera catches him getting in his truck, tears still fresh, driving into the night, not sure where he's even going. Because the slap was just the match. The real fire is only starting to spread. Okay y'all, we picking right back up where Mendeecees walked out that door, bag in hand, tears still wet on his face, driving into the dark, not even sure where he's headed, but knowing he can't stay in that house another second after what just went down. The night is young and the drama is just hitting fever pitch. First stop he makes is the one place he knows. Yandy might be Kimbella's crib because that's where she always runs when things get too heavy. He pulls up around 1 in the morning, parks crooked, knocks on the door like a man who's about to beg for his life. Kimbella opens it just a crack, sees his face, and immediately her expression hardens. Mendeecees, it's late and she's not in the mood to see you right now. Kim, please, I just need 5 minutes. I need to explain. I need her to know I'm not choosing sides, I'm choosing her. Kimbella looks back over her shoulder. Yandy's on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, staring at the TV but not really watching. She nods once, barely. Kimbella lets him in but stands right there, arms crossed like security. Mendeecees walks over, slow, drops to his knees in front of Yandy. First time he's ever done that in their whole relationship. Voice cracking from the jump, baby, look at me please. I messed up. Voice cracking from the jump, baby, look at me please. I messed up. Tonight I froze. I should have grabbed her arm. I should have got between y'all. I should have walked out with you the second it happened. I'm so sorry. I've been sitting in that truck replaying it over and over, hating myself for not protecting you. Yandy finally looks at him, eyes swollen red but dry now, like she cried it all out already. Voice flat, you let her hit me, Mendeecees, in front of you, in front of cameras. And then you let her kick me out like I was trash. Do you know how that felt? Like everything I've built with you, everything I've sacrificed, just got erased in 1 second because your mama said so. He reaches for her hand, she pulls back. I know it looked like that, but ma, she's never hit anybody before, not even when I was wilding out as a kid. She was heated, she was wrong, but she's my mom, Yandy. That don't excuse it, but it explains why I was shocked into silence for that split second. Yandy laughs, bitter, shocked into silence. You yelled after. You didn't act. There's a difference. And now the whole world saw it. They saw your wife get slapped and your first instinct wasn't to defend me, it was to yell at her after the fact. That's not a man standing up for his wife, that's a son still scared of his mama. Mendeecees drops his head, tears falling again. You're right. I failed you tonight. I failed us. But I'm here now on my knees, telling you I choose you. I left her house, I told her I had to fix this. I'll go no contact if that's what it takes. Therapy, whatever. Just don't walk away from me over this, please. Yandy studies him long and hard. Part of her wants to believe him, the part that's been ride or die since day one. But the other part, the one that's tired of proving herself to his family, whispers, she's heard promises before. She stands up, walks to the window, looks out at the night. I need space, Mendeecees. Not tonight, not tomorrow, maybe not for a while. I can't look at you right now without seeing that moment, her hand connecting, and you just standing there. Go home. Or go to a hotel. But give me time. He stands, slow, nods like he expected it, but it still hurts. Okay. I'll give you whatever you need. But know this, I'm not giving up on us. Not tonight, not ever. He leaves quiet. Kimbella locks the door behind him, looks at Yandy. You good? Yandy shakes her head no. But I will be. Cut to the next morning. Production calls an emergency meeting because the clip has officially gone nuclear. Over 10 million views in 12 hours, Twitter timelines flooded, love and hip-hop trending worldwide. Blogs got think pieces already. Is this the end of Yandy and Mendeecees? Miss Judy's slap might have just cost her son his marriage. Even TMZ picks it up, running side-by-side stills of the slap, next to old photos of Yandy and Mendeecees looking happy. Fans split down the middle. Team Yandy, trending with hashtag protect Yandy Y and hashtag Yandy Y deserves better posts. Pouring in, she held him down through prison now, she can't even get respect in his mama's house. Team Miss Judy fighting back Yandy been shady for years, Mama Judy said what we all thinking. Then there's the neutral fans just here for the mess this season gonna break records. Inside the Love and Hip Hop offices, producers are giddy ratings projections through the roof. They decide to film separate confessionals that same day, Yandy first, then Mendeecees, then Miss Judy if she show. Yandy shows up to set in oversized shades hiding the faint mark still on her cheek, makeup covering what it can. She sits in the hot seat, voice steady but emotional. Last night was humiliating. I went there to build bridges and instead I got hit. And the worst part, my husband didn't stop it. He didn't protect me. So right now, I'm questioning everything. Do I stay in a marriage where I'm not safe from his own family? Do I keep letting my kids see this toxicity? I don't know, but I do know I won't be disrespected like that again. Cut to Mendeecees' confessional. He looks wrecked, bags under his eyes, hasn't slept. I'm embarrassed. I'm hurt. I'm angry at myself mostly. I should have shut it down the second she raised her hand. I didn't, and now my wife's talking about space, maybe lawyers. I love Yandy more than anything, she's my rock. If I lose her over this, I don't know how I come back from that. Miss Judy. She shows up to unapologetic as ever. Sits down, crosses her legs, looks dead at the camera. I don't regret nothing. That girl came in my house talking crazy like she runs things. I gave her a wake-up call. If she can't handle a little hand to the face, then she too soft for this family. Mendeecees, my son, he'll come around, he always does. Blood is thicker than marriage papers. The internet explodes all over again. Clips from the confessionals leak within hours, fans go even harder. Some call for Miss Judy to be fired from the show, others say Yandy's playing victim for sympathy. Petitions start circulating, one to have Miss Judy charged with assault, another praising her for keeping it real. Meanwhile, Yandy's back at Kimbella's, scrolling through the comments, heart sinking with every new one. She sees a text from Lil Mendeecees, her stepson, "Mommy, when you coming home? Dad said you mad at grandma." That one breaks her all over again. She calls the kids' guardian, arranges for them to stay with a trusted aunt for a few days because she can't face them yet, not while she's this raw. Mendeecees checks into a hotel downtown alone for the first time in years. He sits on the bed, staring at his wedding ring, replaying every mistake. Then he does something he's never done before. He calls his dad, Joe Harris, the one person who's always been able to talk sense into Miss Judy. "Pop, I need help. Ma crossed a line last night and now Yandy's talking about leaving. I don't know what to do." Joe on the other end, sighs heavy, "Son, your mama's always been fire, but this time she burned the whole house down. I'll talk to her, but you gotta fix this with Yandy first. Apologize with actions, not words. Show her you choosing her every day from now on." Mendeecees hangs up determined. He starts typing a long message to Yandy but deletes it. Instead, he books flowers, delivery chocolates, her favorite takeout, and a handwritten letter that says simply, "I choose you. Every day starting right now. Please let me prove it." The flowers arrive at Kimbella's that afternoon. Yandy reads the letter, tears. Fresh, but this time mixed with something softer, maybe hope, maybe just exhaustion. Because even in the middle of all this fire, one question hangs over everything: can Mendeecees really change? Can he finally put his wife first? Or is this just another temporary fix before the next explosion? And what happens when Miss Judy finds out her son's trying to make amends without her blessing? Because trust me, she's not done yet. Not by a long shot. Okay y'all, we're deep in the aftermath now. Mendeecees just left Kimbella's place after begging on his knees, flowers and letter delivered, but Yandy still needs space and the whole world is watching this marriage hang by a thread. But the real fireworks? They're about to ignite when Miss Judy finds out her son is trying to make peace without dragging her into the apology tour. Next morning hits and Miss Judy wakes up to her phone buzzing off the hook. Cousins, friends, church ladies, even the neighborhood group chat blowing up with links to the confessionals. She watches her own clip first, smug at first, nodding like yep, said what I said. Then she scrolls to Mendeecees' confessional, sees him looking broken, talking about failing his wife, how he might lose everything. Her face changes. Not remorse exactly, more like betrayal. She calls him immediately. "No, hello, just you went on camera talking about me like that, calling what I did a failure. You siding with her now?" Mendeecees on the other end, in his hotel room, voice tired, "Ma, I didn't side with nobody, I told the truth. You hit my wife. That's not okay. I love you, but I'm trying to save my marriage." Miss Judy's voice rises, save your marriage by throwing your own mama under the bus on national TV. You think she's gonna stay now that you made me look like the villain? She's playing you, son, can't you see it? No, ma, he snaps back sharper than he's ever talked to her. She's not playing me. She's hurt. And I hurt her more by not stopping you. I'm not throwing you under the bus, I'm owning my part. You need to own yours too. Silence on the line, then Miss Judy hangs up. No goodbye, no nothing. She sits there staring at her phone for a long minute, then does what she always does when she feels cornered. She calls her sister, Aunt Rita. The one who's always on her side no matter what. Rita, you see this mess? My own son turning on me for that girl. He's in a hotel apologizing to her while I'm sitting here looking like the bad guy. Aunt Rita listens, then says, calm Judy, maybe it's time to step back. You raised him to be a man, now let him be one. Hitting his wife ain't the way to keep him close, it's the way to push him away. Miss Judy scoffs, I didn't hit his wife, I checked a disrespectful Big difference. But Aunt Rita ain't buying it. Call it what you want, but the street's calling it assault now. Blogs got lawyers talking about pressing charges. You want that smoke? That stops Miss Judy cold. Charges? Jail. Over one slap. She hadn't even thought that far. Suddenly the bravado cracks a little. She hangs up with Rita, sits in silence, then texts Mendeecees one line, we hangs up with Rita, sits in silence, then texts Mendeecees one line, we need to talk? In person. No cameras. Mendeecees sees it, stares at the message for 10 minutes before replying, okay, my hotel. Tonight, 8 p.m. Cut to Young. She's still at Kimbella's, but she's starting to move. She calls her lawyer not for divorce papers yet, just to ask questions. Hypothetically, if someone slaps you on camera in front of witnesses, what are my options? Lawyer lays it out, protective order, possible misdemeanor assault charge, but warns her reality TV complicates everything. Press charges, and the show turns it into a storyline forever. No charges and people might say you're weak for letting it slide. Yandy hangs up conflicted. She doesn't want to send Miss Judy to jail, that's not her style, but she also can't pretend it didn't happen. She needs to see the kids though. She arranges a visit at the aunt's house. No Mendeecees, no Miss Judy, just her and Lil Mendeecees and Infinity. The reunion is bittersweet. Lil Mendeecees runs to her, hugs tight, mommy, why you not home? Dad said grandma made you mad. Infinity clings to her leg, quiet, but eyes big. Yandy kneels down, tears threatening again, grandma and I had a fight and it got out of hand. But I love you both so much and I'm working on fixing things, okay? Mommy's not going anywhere. They spend the afternoon playing games, watching cartoons, eating ice cream, but every time one of them asks, when you coming home? Yandy's heart cracks a little more. By the time she leaves, she's resolved. She's not going back to that house until boundaries are set in stone. That night, Mendeecees and Miss Judy meet at the hotel room. No cameras this time, just mother and son. She walks in, purse clutched tight, sits on the edge of the bed. He stays standing. Ma, I'm not cutting you off, but I can't have you disrespecting my wife anymore. No more comments, no more side eyes, no more thinking you can put hands on her because you raised me. She's my family too. Equal. Miss Judy looks up, eyes wet for the first time. You saying I'm not welcome around my grandbabies? No, I'm saying you're welcome, but only if you respect Yandy. Apologize to her. Mean it. And get some help, anger management, whatever. Because if you can't, I'll have to protect my marriage, even if it means distance. Miss Judy sits there long time, then nods. Slow, I'll think about it. Think fast, Mom. Mendeecees says quiet, because Yandy's talking to lawyers. Not divorce yet, but she's serious. I'm losing her, and it's because of this. Miss Judy stands up, straightens her jacket. Tell her I'll talk to her. One-on-one. No cameras, no Mendeecees. It's just us women. Mendeecees blinks, surprised. You serious? Dead serious. If she wants an apology, she'll get one. But she better listen to, because I got things to say. He nods, cautious, hope flickering. I'll tell her. Miss Judy leaves the room, head high but shoulders a little lower than when she came in. First crack in the armor. Next day, Mendeecees texts Yandy the offer. Yandy reads it at Kimbella's kitchen table, stares for 5 full minutes. Kimbella watches. You gonna do it? Yandy exhales. Yeah, but on my terms. Public place, lots of people around, my own security if I want. And if she tries anything, it's over for good. She texts back, fine. Tomorrow, coffee shop downtown. 2 p.m. I bring my people, you come alone. Miss Judy agrees. The internet's still raging, fans making edits of the slap set to dramatic music, think pieces about black family dynamics in reality TV, petitions to fire Miss Judy from the show growing daily. Producers loving every second, scheduling the sit-down for cameras because of course they are. But Yandy's not telling production yet. This one she wants private first. No edits, no sound bites, just raw truth. Because whatever happens in that coffee shop tomorrow could either start healing the family or blow it up for good. Mendeecees is praying his mom finally bends. Yandy's praying she doesn't get played, and Miss Judy, she's praying she can say sorry without losing her son forever. The countdown is on, and the tension is thick enough to choke on. Stay locked in because this face-to-face is about to be legendary. Okay y'all, the stage is set for the showdown nobody saw. Coming Yandy versus Miss Judy one-on-one. No cameras, no Mendeecees, no backup dancers. Just two women, two generations, two sides of the same family about to collide in a downtown coffee shop like it's the final boss battle of the season. 2 p.m. sharp. Yandy pulls up first in a black Escalade tinted windows security detail. Two big guys she hired just in case, trailing behind but staying outside. She steps out, oversized shades, designer tracksuit, hair pulled back fierce, no makeup hiding anything because she wants Miss Judy to see the faint bruise still there, a reminder this ain't play. She walks and claims a corner table away from the windows, orders black coffee no sugar, sits with her back to the wall, eyes on the door. Miss Judy arrives 5 minutes later right on time. No entourage, just her and a simple navy dress, purse on her arm. Looking every bit the church matriarch, but her walk is slower than usual, like the weight of the last few days finally hit. She spots Yandy, walks over, slow, sits down without a word at first. The tension's so thick the barista glances over nervous. Yandy speaks first, voice low but steady. I'm here because Mendeecees asked me to hear you out. So talk. Miss Judy takes a breath, looks Yandy dead in the eye. No smirk, no attitude, just straight. I came to say I'm sorry for putting my hands on you. That slap wasn't right. I was angry, heated, out of line. I apologize. Yandy blinks surprised, didn't expect the words to come out so clean so quick. She leans back, crosses her arms. Okay, apology heard. But sorry, don't erase what happened. You humiliated me in front of my husband, in front of cameras, in front of the world, and you kicked me out like I was nothing. Why should I believe this is real, and not just you trying to save face with your son? Miss Judy nods like she expected the pushback, because I don't play games with apologies. When I'm wrong, I own it. I was wrong. I let years of resentment boil over into something ugly. I've watched you take my grandbabies, call them yours, parade them, post them, build your brand around them, and part of me felt like you were erasing their real mamas, erasing me. That ain't fair, but it's how I felt. And instead of talking, I lashed out. That's on me. Yandy's eyes narrow, but she listens. You think I erased anybody? I stepped up when nobody else would. When their mamas were absent, when Mendeecees was away, I was there changing diapers, doing homework, wiping tears. I never told them to stop loving their birth moms, I encouraged it. But they call me mama because I earned it. You never gave me credit for that. You always made me feel like the outsider, like I was temporary. Miss Judy looks down at her untouched coffee for the first time. Vulnerability shows. I know you did all that, and I'm grateful deep down, but gratitude ain't easy when you feel replaced. My son came home from prison to a whole life you built without me in the picture much. I felt pushed out, so I pushed back harder than I should have. Yandy exhales, slow. So this was about you feeling replaced, not about me being disrespectful. Both. Miss Judy admits you come in talking big sometimes, like you the only one who knows how to run things. That rubs me wrong, but I see now my way of handling it was wrong too. Hitting you, that's not who I raised myself to be. I'm ashamed of that part. Silence stretches for a minute. Yandy sips her coffee, thinking, weighing every word. Then she says, I accept the apology. But words are easy. Actions matter more. If we're gonna be in the same family, for real, no more shady comments. No more undermining, no more thinking you can check me in my own marriage. Boundaries. Hard ones. You cross them again, I'm gone, and I'll take my peace with me. And the kids. They'll feel that loss. Miss Judy nods, slow. Understood. I'll respect your house, your marriage, your role. And if I slip, I expect you to call me out, not slap back, just talk. Like women who want the same thing, happy kids, happy son. Yandy studies her longer and therapy, both of us. Family sessions. Because this resentment didn't start last week, it's been simmering for years. We fix it proper, or we don't fix it at all. Miss Judy almost smiles, small one. Therapy. Me. Chile, I'm old school, but for my grandbabies, I'll try it. One session at a time. They sit there another 10 minutes, not exactly hugging it out, but not enemies anymore either. Something shifts, fragile but real. Yandy stands first. I'll tell Mendeecees. We talked. He can come home when I'm ready, not before. Miss Judy stands to fair enough. And Yandy, thank you for hearing me. Not everybody would. Yandy nods once. Don't thank me yet. Prove it. She walks out, head high. Security flanking her. Mrs. Judy watches her go. then sits back down alone, finishes that coffee slow, like she's processing the whole thing. Word spreads fast. Mendeecees gets the text from Yandy. We talked? She apologized. It's a start. Still need space, but door not slammed shut. He cries again, this time, relief not pain, texts back, thank you baby. I'll wait as long as it takes. Producers get wind of the secret meetup flip because no footage, but they schedule the big family sit-down for next episode anyway. Cameras rolling full blast. Fans still wilding. Hashtags evolving. Hashtag Yandy and Judy summit trending with speculation. Did they fight again? Did Judy apologize? Is the family saving or not? Yandy goes back to Kimbella's, packs a bag. Finally heads home that night, not to Mendeecees yet, but to their shared house, to see the kids sleep in her own bed. Mendeecees stays at the hotel, gives her the space, but sends one more delivery, her favorite candle, a note, I'm proud of you. Proud to call you my wife. Whenever you're ready, I'm here. Miss Judy goes home, calls Joe, tells him, whenever you're ready, I'm here. Miss Judy goes home, calls Joe, tells him, has to face each other again? Stay tuned because this story ain't over, not by a long shot. Okay y'all, we've ridden this emotional roller coaster from that jaw-dropping slap that shook the entire love and hip-hop nation, through the tears, the late-night hotel begs, the secret coffee shop showdown, all the way to this raw, vulnerable family sit-down where apologies were said, hugs were awkward but real, and for the first time in forever, the Harris household feels like it might actually breathe again. The episode drops and the internet loses its mind. Hashtag Harris Familyling shoots to #1 worldwide. Edits of Yandy and Miss Judy's cautious embrace fled every platform. Fans who were screaming divorce him sis are now posting crying emojis saying they really did the work, while the ride or days are out here yelling Miss Judy. Redemption arc activated. Therapy sessions are booked. Kids are smiling again. Mendeecees is sleeping in his own bed, even if it's in the guest room for now. In Yandy, she's posting subtle glow-up pics with captions like peace looks good on me, and the comments are flooded with hearts, fire emojis, and you deserve this queen. It's messy, it's imperfect, it's real life, not a fairy tale, but damn if it doesn't feel like the biggest comeback story this show has ever seen. One slap almost tore it all apart, but maybe, just maybe, that same slap forced everybody to look in the mirror and choose growth over grudges. So tell me, right now in these comments, are you buying this truce, or do you think the next family barbecue is gonna end with plates flying again? Team Yandy forever. Team Miss Judy had a point. Team they all need Jesus and a good therapist. Drop your hottest take below. Be messy, be honest, be loud. I'm reading every single one. And if this wild ride had you glued to your screen, heart-racing jaw on the floor, then do me a favor, smash that like button so hard the algorithm knows you felt this in your soul. Turn on post notifications because you do not want to miss when the next bomb drops. Subscribe if you're new around here, because we stay serving this level of unfiltered reality TV chaos straight to your feed every single time. Hit that bell, turn it all the way up, share this video with your group chat because your girls need to see this tea, and comment your prediction. Right now, will they make it to the reunion stage hand in hand, or will Miss Judy's next suggestion spark round 2? I'm waiting. Let's talk about it. Peace, love, messy family vibes, and all the healing energy in the world. I'll catch y'all in the comments and in the next one. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this.